Hey guys, so I'm basically shooting this live from my phone right now because the Windows virtual machine on my laptop is it basically hang. So I can't really do anything about it right now. I am trying to restart the VM, but lately the VM hasn't been been playing very nice. So I'm not sure how much of the session I can do using my phone, but I'm going to try and cover as much as possible. Now, the one thing that you should take note is that while I'm streaming this live, I will also be doing a pre-recorded video post session. So after this session is over, likely tomorrow or the day after, I will actually do a pre-recorded video of everything that you are seeing here, as well as on the user interface, using the PanelPilot software. All right. So basically, if you have not seen how the PanelPilot software works, I would recommend that you go back to the last two videos, right? The last video, in fact, and take a look at what is being done and how the interface looks like and what are the settings and configurations that you can create and make from that. Okay, so here basically today, from 2 weeks ago, we sort of talked about how to set up a meter reading, all right, and then feeding the voltage to the reading to the meter itself, all right, and then being able to trigger the reading on the temperature gauge. Okay, so that is what we were doing last week. So I'm just going to connect the cable, right, USB cable. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I basically connected the USB cable for the Arduino Uno. Well, this is not the original Uno. This is the one by DF Robot, but it's good enough. All right, and then we basically have a display that I've created that should be powered up. Okay, so this was something that we worked on 2 weeks ago. So like I was saying, I'm basically shooting this on my mobile phone right now because my virtual machine isn't working. So my virtual machine hangs, so I have to shoot this on my phone. So but after this session, I will be doing a pre-recorded video as well. So this pre-recorded video will contain both the hands-on as well as the software user interface. Right. So for this session itself, I do apologize. I will not be shooting the software portion, so I'll just show the hardware portion first. All right. So 2 weeks ago, we actually had this set up. So I'm just going to recap what was being done in that session itself. All right. But you can go and watch the video on the playlist that I've created. It's actually called a CX-driven approach to designing smart displays. So that playlist itself will contain all the live sessions that have happened before and the sessions that are going to be going on right now and in the future, right? They will all be added to the playlist. And then I will also create a separate playlist that will just contain videos that are shortened down to basically the steps that are involved. So it will remove most of the random things that are happening during the live broadcast itself. All right. So anyway, prior to this session, I actually talked about what are things that are needed, right? So we talk about needing the. Let me move my webcam away. Needing one PanelPilot M display. All right. So you can use the 2.8, the 3.5, or the 2.4, I believe. Yeah, so either one. All right, so you can use that. Okay, and then you will need one 10 kilo ohm potentiometer. Okay, so let me just move my phone around so you can see. Alright, so you will need a 10 kilo ohm potentiometer. You will need a 50 ohm resistor over here. Alright, so that's actually for seeking the voltage down to ground. Okay, and then here basically I have my 5 volt voltage source from the Uno. Alright, so this will actually help to create a more stable voltage. Okay, so okay, not exactly sure why is the reading is not jumping. Okay. So anyway, go back to section 2. Take a look at that video. All right, so that is actually the working example. I think something that I didn't put correctly in this setup. Let me just refer back to the previous setup that I had. So let me just see if I can move the wiring around. Might be my own wiring that is wrong. Great. Blue is okay. So the whole idea is that basically, with the potentiometer, when I'm turning it, if you refer to the previous sessions video, it would actually set the, because based on the voltage reading, the meter itself will go up and down in terms of the reading. So basically I set it to 5 volts. Basically it's 4 actually, but in the system when you set 4, it represents 5 volts, a 5 volt source. So that was what I was doing in the previous session. But yeah, I kind of tear it down after the last session. So it seems like now when I try to put it back together, nothing is happening. So just give me a while. I'll try to figure out what I did not set correctly this time. But if you notice anything that I didn't set correctly, you can just leave a comment. So then I can actually sort of figure it out as well. Did anyone notice any wrong pin configuration? Ground. Okay, that's 5 volts. That's correct. ground. Okay. I think the ground is. Okay. Okay, so trying to see. Because I'm doing it on my phone right now, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm gonna sort of hold my phone in one hand and I'm gonna Google and just find out if my pin configuration is correct. Center pin is the output. Maybe the ground and the voltage was in the wrong place. Okay, so then. Okay, I'm kind of not too sure why it's not working right now. Let's see. No, fine. Okay, that's correct. Ground. Voltage is 2. Yeah, it looks like I actually have the correct configuration, but I'm not too sure why the reading is not jumping today. That is so weird. But please leave me a comment. Let me know if you are familiar with electronics and the setup, and if you think that my pin configuration is wrong, please let me know. Because from what I can tell and from what I did last week, yeah, it does appear that my settings are all correct, but for some reason it's not working. Okay, so anyway, I'm just gonna go through the whole setup by itself, and then perhaps what you can do is that I'm gonna keep this session short. I do apologize. I'm not sure what's wrong. But basically, once all of this is connected, and let's assume that the voltage reading is working, which it should, all right. The next thing I want to do is obviously, you want to set up, say, an alarm. So the alarm is basically, say for example, the reading reaches the lower threshold or reaches the, say, the upper threshold, a particular threshold that you want to alert the user and set off a buzzer or alarm. That is where you can set the alarm. All right, so for the alarm, if you want to do it in this case like a breadboard setting, you will need a male to female. All right, so a male to female solderless breadboard wire. Okay, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it's basically inverted. I apologize. Okay, so let's go over to the pin setting. All right, so the alarm ALM1, that's the pin. If you go to the data sheet, all right, ALM is actually the column on the right, third pin from the bottom. Okay, so column on the right, third pin at the bottom, that's ALM1. Okay, so for ALM1, basically in this case, we are going to connect it to okay, let's put it on breadboard. We will need a LED. So the longer lead wire is positive. So let's put it here. I'm going to put it here. Or somewhere it's more visible. Let's make sure we get the correct lead. The longer lead is the one on the... Okay. Hang on, it's ground. And then we will need a 220 ohm resistor. I'm trying to get it to focus. Sorry, give me. Okay, so you'll need a 220 ohm resistor. Okay. I'm gonna just bend it. Okay, and then we will connect it to the voltage source. Okay, so basically that's the basic setup. Okay, so then after that, within the UI setting for PanelPilot software, you will need to set the alarm. Basically, I think it will be the voltage amount that it will reach before it will set off the alarm. For this part of it, I will basically do like I say, the post session video. I do apologize. I guess today's session is one of those sessions where everything that can possibly go wrong would go wrong. But yeah, I still want to show the setup because this is technically the correct setup. All right, so everything that you see here is supposed to work. I'm just not too sure why it's not working. So, but instead of taking you guys, just seeing how I figure out and troubleshoot. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind staying watching, as I troubleshoot, I can try and troubleshoot right now and then get it to work so that you guys can see it working as well. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that. But meanwhile, let me just go get a tripod for myself, and I'm going to put the phone on the tripod so that I can properly record this session live. All right, so give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to continue streaming live. I'm just going to put my phone down, and then I'm going to go set up my tripod. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it on a tripod. Oh, thank God for that. Um, so now I can properly troubleshoot what's going on. So let me just open that. Okay, so for the tripods, oh, great, that's correct. Let me just move it. So, wait. Okay. Looks like it's working. Maybe the it's always good to have a 9-volt battery. So the 9-volt battery is always a good way to test to see if it's a hardware issue. Did I miss out on something? It's correct, it's the ground. trying to figure it out. Let me look. Let me take my screwdriver. Okay. Let's do it like blue, white, okay. So I'm just trying to replicate the setup that I had previously. I did take photos of it, but I think I sort of put it. I think I put it online. So let me just go back and look at the photos, because I took a photo of the wiring and setup, because I kind of know that if I have to take it apart, I will need to have some way of referencing back on the setup, on the wiring and so on. So just gonna go back to the photo. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm not gonna waste your time watching me doing this. I'm gonna end the session, all right, and I'll probably add a few more sessions to the lab series to kind of make up for the ones that didn't turn out as expected. Again, I apologize for that. Honestly, this is not what I was expecting today, but yeah, I guess sometimes, when you're making stuff, you're making things, being a maker and all, sometimes you need to be prepared that things might not work out the way that you expect. So yeah, I guess, next session, I'll have everything set up more properly. All right. And I'll definitely have a few more test runs before the actual session. Um, but yeah, do go back to the previous session, please. Go back to the previous session and take a look at how the setup is being done. That is really important because in this sessions, supposedly in this session, I wanted to show you the alarm and how it works, but my VM is down, and hardware wise, it seems to be not responding. So um, yeah, I'm going to end the session, and I'm going to sort of play around with the hardware a little bit more. And once I get something up, I'll probably do a short 1 minute YouTube video, or no, I'll do a Instagram short 1 minute video, and then I'll probably share that video on the various social network to sort of show you what I was trying to achieve today. All right. So once again, thank you guys. I appreciate taking the time watching this video. Um, and yeah, I'll get back to you with something that's working. Bye. Thank you.